a third person, he wrongfully takes, obtains, or withholds such property from an owner thereof. Eduardo Saverin is accusing Mark Zuckerberg of garnishing 30% of Eduardo's shares of Facebook. This is already under contract with Mark, like it said on page 229. He was a founder of Facebook and he deserved his 30%. He and Mark had an agreement. Eduardo Saverin is the first mighty donor of the Facebook. He opened a bank account for this company and invested large amounts of money to make Facebook work properly using large number of computer servers. This fact made them into an agreement by giving Eduardo 30% of the Facebook share and an authority to control any financial deal, like it said on page 183. However, he now has below 10% of shares. Other 20% of his share went to Mark Zuckerberg, Sean Parker, who is accused of using drugs, and Dustin Moscow. This is also can charge Mark of making false promise. Article 155.05 larceny is stated a person obtains property by false promise when pursuant to the scheme to defraud, he obtained property of another by means of a representation, express or implied, that he or a third person will in the future engage in particular conduct, and when he does not intend to engage in such conduct, or as the case may be, does not believe that the third person intends to engage in such conduct. The Facebook stock are getting more valuable than before and still growing. Even though the Facebook has been Mark's idea and he was the one who put into the many hours to set up, the contract cannot be broke. Also, Eduardo has to put up the initial money to keep Mark's idea practical. It is unreasonable to try to dilute him out of the company. These are the reasons I prosecute Mark Zuckerberg unfortunately.
I am defending Mark Zuckerberg, who was accused of larceny by Eduardo Saverin. First of all, I want to go over what larceny means. Larceny is the crime of stealing something from somebody. From the Article 155.05 in the New York State law, it is defined as a person steals property and commits larceny when with intent to deprive another of property or to appropriate the same to himself or to a third person. He wrongfully takes, obtains, or withholds such property from an owner thereof. In this case, Mark Zuckerberg is accused of Eduardo Saverin for stealing $1,000 that Eduardo had provided to help the Facebook, which is the internet site that Mark made. Since Eduardo provided money for the company, Mark thought that Eduardo can also advise and help guide the company. Mark appointed Eduardo as the CFO of the company and decided to give him 30% of the income. Just to make sure, the job of a CFO is to finance the company and to make important business decisions. However, from the quote, he'd already proven that he wasn't going to give up everything else for Facebook, which was on page 207. We can see that Facebook was not the most important thing to him. He had many other interesting things. For example, he had the Phoenix and the internship in New York. Also, while Mark and other employees were working hard, sacrificing their college lives, Eduardo went back to college and was preparing for graduation. From these examples, you can see that Eduardo is not putting in all of his efforts into Facebook, and that he is not doing much work fulfilling the requirements as the company's CFO. Also, Eduardo did terrible things to the company. He had frozen the company's bank account so that the company could not function, and even made a separate website called Jabuzo that approached the same potential advertising base with what Mark might have seen as Facebook's trade secrets. If Eduardo really wanted to be part of the Facebook, he would have not made these kinds of actions. Why would Mark pay for a person who is trying to hurt the company? Therefore, Mark is not guilty of larceny, and he has the right to reduce Eduardo's income.